Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Huskers in Enemy Territory. Today, I was going to talk about the Nebraska Cornhuskers versus the Iowa Hawkeyes. The November 26th meeting between the Nebraska Cornhuskers and the dreaded Iowa Hawkeyes. In the overall series, the Huskers lead the series 29 wins to the Hawkeyes 19, with also three ties. Currently, the Hawkeyes are on a six-game winning streak. Last year's game, the Hawkeyes won 26-20 in Iowa City. The last time the Huskers won was in November 28th, 2014 in Iowa City. The score was 37-34 in Iowa City. Some of the key departures for the Hawkeyes, they lost Chauncey Golston, wide receiver Amir Smith Marset, and I believe defensive tackle Davion Nixon, and also linebacker Nick Neiman. Key departures for the Nebraska Cornhuskers were offensive lineman Brandon James and Matt Farnock. Also, they lost to the transfer portal Wandale Robinson. He played running back and slash wide receiver. And Luke McCaffrey, he played quarterback for the Huskers, which will hurt a little bit, but they also brought in via the transfer portal Marquise Stepp from USC and Samori Torrey, wide receiver from Montana, and they will be welcomed additions to the Cornhuskers. Now, if you're liking the enjoying the content that I'm putting out, consider like and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it only helps out the channel. I would appreciate everyone if you could do that. Also, leave a comment below. I'm trying to get some comments going just to kind of figure out what I need to do to improve on my videos. And the more the comments, the better I can get my videos out there. You know what I mean? Now, let's see. Potential problems for the Hawkeyes are losing three of their four starters on the defensive line, which will hurt. Plus, replacing three starters on the offensive line. Let's see. Did I say that right? Yeah. So they're losing three on the offensive line and three on the defensive line. So that'll be really difficult to replace. But at the same time, Iowa is pretty good about restocking on those two positions or two groups of the team. So let's get into Nebraska. The problems with Nebraska are with their offensive line. They need to stop with the penalties and the inconsistencies that they go through. Special teams has been a mess for the past two seasons, but is looking up, considering that we have more consistency now with the kicker and the punter. I know that seems kind of weird, but we've had trouble with those two positions ever since Scott Frost has come to Nebraska, and returning kicker Cup, and I don't know the kid's name for the punter, but he's also returning, so that's a nice addition to the Huskers. Also, the wide receiver and running back positions have kind of came over, or whatever you want to call it. They've kind of, what do you want to call it? I don't know. A little bit of a turnover. So we'll have to see if like Marquise Stepp and Samari Torrey will be able to replace some of the guys that we've lost. And they also need to kind of prove themselves to the coaching staff to see whether or not they are as good as they look, with those other teams that they played for before. Keys to winning the game for the Hawkeyes: keep the same game plan that you've had against the Huskers for over the past 6 years, and you should be able to be victorious versus the Huskers. For the Huskers, disrupt Spencer Petras, make him beat you with his arm, especially considering that Iowa is bringing in two new wide receivers. for their starting position. I know that they have great depth there as well. They always restock as they do with like the offensive and defensive line, but it is still something that you have to to consider. Let's see. Keeping Tyler Goodson below 100 yards rushing. When that happens, the Hawkeyes are a combined 2-15 overall. But when they go over the century mark, they're combined 51-6. In summary, this game has been a complete shit show for the Huskers. But with that being said, the game will be played in Lincoln with a full crowd, and I think that the Huskers will be able to pull off the win. I say the score will be around 31-27 for Nebraska. With that, I conclude the season preview series. I've really enjoyed it. It's kind of given me more inside look with the Huskers and also with some of the other Big Ten teams. And I'm gonna have to think of a new show for on Mondays, but I might consider doing like top tens again for a couple of weeks. Also, maybe add in more Minnesota Vikings content. Maybe even talk about a little bit of the Minnesota Twins. I know I haven't really talked about them much this year. I know the trade deadline is coming up, so uh, those are some possibilities, and I'll even take requests. I don't, I'm not beyond that, So, but for Wednesday's show, I'll be talking about the Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions, and thank you very much for all the viewers. I appreciate everyone coming on here and watching my videos. I really do appreciate that. It's been a fun ride. I don't know if I got told you guys, but I'm pretty close to buying a new camera, so I'm not filming on my phone anymore. I think you guys will really enjoy that, so it won't be such a small video. It'll be actually full screen if you guys watch YouTube videos on your TV. But until next time, I'll see you on Wednesday, and always go Big Red.